Okay, any other questions? I think there are a lot of questions, but okay, to get us started. So, yeah, let me just say, sorry, 1 second. Let me just say something. Some of you have raised some questions in the context of some of your submissions. I hope to get to some of them specifically later in this session. Uh, so outside the specifics of that. So the first half of the session, I want to show you some new things. The second half, we should discuss the code and so on and so forth. Okay, so with that said, still, are there any other questions?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Me?
whoever, anyone who has got questions.
Oh, yes. My question was that I personally feel I'm lacking with like the codes, like the Caesar cipher and the Morse code.
Uh-huh.
When you go through, and there's like a specific place where I'm lacking. The place where you go through like each character, like how I always forget how to do that. Like how
Okay,
to go
okay. So
there.
Nishant, Arnav said something. So I want to make a quick plan for today's session, okay? So today's session, I want to go over this encryption topic carefully. But what I want to show all of you in this encryption topic and couple of other topics. So for example, the next topic I want to cover a little bit today is how to solve problems when we see them, right? We talked about algorithms last time. Encryption is an algorithm, but a simpler algorithm, we also found an algorithm to find duplicates in a list. But a simpler algorithm, for example, is given a list of numbers. Can you sort them in order, right? So these are all simple problems. They're very interesting. And it's what is beautiful is for those who like simple problems like this is why programming and computer science is a subject you can explore and study more. Because I always used to find those problems very interesting. But later you'll find that those kind of problems and their solutions are there in every subject, in mathematics and physics. You're going to find like a puzzle, there's a question shows up and then we have to find an answer, right? So for Newton, the puzzle was why does the moon go around the earth and not change its orbit? Or why doesn't it fall onto the earth? And that was his puzzle, right? So there are lots of puzzles that are out there in nature, and our job is to try to find solutions to them. So here we are learning the skill of understanding what the puzzle is or the problem is, and then starting to come up with our own solutions. Okay. So as I've said before, and we're going to do this now with encryption, as I've said before, first thing is to state the puzzle clearly and then try to solve it in English. Then we can easily translate into code. Okay?
Excuse me?
Yes.
Excuse me.
For
I'm
the
not able to hear you.
Caesars,
Say that again one more time. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat? Was it Suhani? Somebody's on mute.
I don't
I
see.
think Janvi said that she couldn't hear you before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Janvi, it might be your microphone because others are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah,
here. I'm able. It just. I think it was just for a second. I was not able to hear you.
Okay. Okay. So we have. So yeah. Sorry.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
For the Caesar cipher thing, I actually really wasn't able to understand the exact question.
Yes. Yeah.
So could we like
So yes. So that's what I'm going to dive into right now. Okay. So let me see. I think I have a nice trinket. Actually, before I go to any trinket, so let's ask this question. What is so? As I was trying to show all of you, the question with all of these. Actually, I have a little trinket here with some code. Let me just make this bigger. Okay. So the question we this is what we used last time. So the question is, given a string, we want to encrypt it. Right. That's what the question is. So what does that mean? So for example, if I have a string, let's make a simple strings now for testing. Let's make a string called ABC, right? So what does it mean to encrypt ABC? For me, to encrypt ABC means I must create another string. Preferably, it should not have exactly ABC. But even the simplest encryption can be just shuffling the order, right? So already there's a question, what does encryption mean? The answer is, given a string, at least the answer I'm making up for you right now, which seems reasonable, is given a string, I need to produce another string, which is not exactly a duplicate. Now I could completely randomly translate the string by choosing some random way, right? But then I won't be able to go back, or anybody won't be able to go back. So we want to transform it, but we want to transform it in a way that we can easily find out. How to go back, or persons we are working with can find out how to go back. So the encryption problem we were solving was the encryption problem of saying, suppose we make an idea where we say we take a letter and we shift it, right? So A goes to, and we want to shift it. So we wrote this map here below. Last time we were rushing through and getting a little confused, right? So in the first line is the letters A, B, C, D up to Z, right? And in the second line is I give a rule that if I get the letter A, I'm going to move to C. I'm going to replace A with C. So what is another way of saying replace A with C? Then I'm giving one more letter. Replace B with D. Yes, Arnav. Sorry, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I think maybe it's like maybe you're encrypting it.
Sorry, say it again.
Maybe you're encrypting it.
Arnav is speaking in encrypted language, so we cannot understand. What are you saying, Arnav?
No, I'm trying to say maybe it's like a way to figure out what the other person is saying. So pretend you want to send a message to someone, you can just say C, D, E, F, and that'll probably mean that from 2 letters behind you have to you have to pretty much figure it out, I think.
No, wait, just follow what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm giving you a rule. So all encryption is a rule, right? What is the rule? The person who's making the encryption must give a rule or must use a rule. And the rule is I replace A with C, and I
Yeah.
replace B with D, and I replace C with E. Now, if I give you this rule and I give you C, D, E, can you go backwards and get the original message?
Yeah.
Just have to reverse the rule, right? So
Yeah.
is this part clear to everyone? This is the most foundational building block. What is encryption?
Yes.
You take one string, you go to another string, and there's a rule that allows you to go from one to the other, and then you can use the opposite of that rule to go backwards. That is decryption. And encryption goes forward, decryption goes backwards. Okay, now let's take a moment and any questions, ask. A lot of you are like, I don't know and I don't follow encryption. Now suddenly no questions. I gave a very simple rule. Are the questions all gone or something happened?
No, up till now it's quite simple.
Quite simple.
Yeah, easily.
Okay. So now that I told you what has to be done, the question is, how do we do it? Can you write a program that will take ABC, follow a rule, and give me some encrypted string? Right? So how do we write this?
I think you can make a dictionary.
Shaurya is good at dictionaries. Yes, Shaurya. Okay, continue. What is the idea for the dictionary? So let me start making a dictionary. Yes.
We could list all the values and their keys, such as like A to C.
Yeah, correct. Good. Excellent.
B to D.
Yeah.
C
So
to
let me
E.
just list the keys quickly. A, B, C. And what are the values going to be?
So it's going to be A to C.
Yes. So then the value is going to be C, right? For this first element, A goes to C, B goes to
D.
C goes to
E.
There you go. Right. So okay. So Shaurya, that's perfect. That's a beautiful example of us understanding the problem and solving it by saying, hey, I know something that is designed to help me connect something to something else. It's a dictionary. So if I make a dictionary, I should be able to solve this problem. So now let's ask the question, so now Shaurya, now that you told this, how will I use this dictionary to encrypt my message? You want to try? No, don't worry about code. Tell me in words. What do we have to? Now I have this dictionary. Then I have this message ABC, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what do I have to
So
do?
I think you'd have to print. You have to get ABC in like terms of D.
Yeah. So for now, so let me see if I can give you clearly. I want you to tell me in English, step by step. Pretend I'm a machine that can take orders, right? Just tell me what I have to do. I have ABC and I have this dictionary. Now what I should do? You can tell me things like go
As you
pick up
do,
the string, pick up the string, pick up the first element in the string, whatever. You can tell me something to do.
you would get the first element in the string,
Okay, so let me say,
and then translate it to the dictionary D.
Okay, slow down. You're going too fast for me. So let me try to do that slowly. So let's make the string. Let's call it message. Let's call it ABC, right? Message, and then you're saying pick the first element of message. So let me actually do message 0 for now. Okay. So message 0 is the first element, which should be A, right? So now what I should do to message 0?
Now you would go to the dictionary D.
And put in message
and
0.
find.
If I put in message 0 like this, it'll find the map, right? It should be C right now. Do you agree? If I print this, would I get C? Does it look?
Yes.
Good? Yes. So I faithfully follow the instructions. Now, as everybody seeing, it's a little painful for Shaurya to tell me and for me to type it. But do you see how we are making the code? It's not by watching a video. It's not by reading a book. It's really by saying, what do I have to do here? What's the idea, right? And we have small ideas. First, one string has to go to another. And Shaurya came up with an idea, say, let's use dictionary. Then I say, okay, let's try to use the dictionary. Then we realize we have to go letter by letter. Okay, so we got this far. Let's see what happens if we take this and we just say print and see what happens. Oops, somewhere we wrote some other things which we don't need. I think it's all this stuff.
Just probably hashtag, yeah.
Okay, there's still a lot of stuff. Who's printing all this? Must be me.
Hashtag just everything before.
Oh, everything after, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So print ABC. The message is ABC. We took the letter. So let's put them side by side. Let's put message 0. And its translation, right? How's its encryption. So let's see what happened. Oh, message 0, I have to put D here.
Yeah, to make it D.
Okay, so A went to C. So can we do this now for all the letters in my string?
Yeah.
So what we have to do? Okay, I'll give Arnav a chance. Arnav, you have to
No, I was saying that I'm kind of getting confused.
Okay.
Line 12, I think. Yeah, I think 12.
Yeah.
It says that print message 0. Message is ABC. The first 0th character will be A, I think. And then D, since it's a dictionary, it might be something like A. Why is it printing C?
Okay, so let's go back. Arnav, I need you and everyone in the class. Let's fix these things quickly, okay? We've been talking about dictionaries now for 3 or 4 sessions. So what is the idea? For a dictionary, if you give a key, what will you get back from the dictionary?
Value.
Okay, so what is message 0 is A, it's the key. What's the value? What's the value that should come back?
C.
Okay, so what's your question now?
No, my question is why does it print C itself? No, like I'm still kind of confused.
Wait, you just not told me C will come back. Then it will print C. How can you get confused?
Like, no, why did you do D message? Like, I don't
D is the dictionary, right?
Oh, dictionary and then dictionary and then look at it. He's comparing the two.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. What is your question, Arnav? Say, okay, so notice everyone, we're doing this as fun, right? Notice if the mind is not clear, we're going to get totally confused, right? Even simple things can get confused. And see, I made life extra messy by using D for the dictionary. And D is also a letter. So we can be confused, right? What is D going on here? You see why I told in the beginning, always choose careful names. I was a little lazy, so now I left something. For me, it's not confusing, but for you, might be confusing. What is D? Is it a letter? Is it a dictionary? What is it?
Yeah, okay. So my question is, why did you write, like in the brackets, why did you write message?
Okay, so if I write here key, would you be happier?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the key we want to use in this example for our dictionary? What is the key I want to pass to the dictionary? I'm saying the key I want to
A.
pass is the first letter of message, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
See
Because
that?
it's from the dictionary, get the first element, like the first character
Yes.
or the zero character
Yeah.
from message, which is A. So get it from, like, print the value. Okay. Now it makes
So
sense.
notice this is very hard for me to teach, but all of you should observe and see this. All Arnav did was change the way he looked at the problem. Suddenly he says, oh, right? We call them aha moments, right? Suddenly it's like, what was this? This is obvious, right? What can be, what else can it be, right? And this is the beautiful thing about programming. All those ideas are just in
Can we
history of,
go back?
yes, of
Like
course.
from the like, can we get the key from the value?
We're going to do that. We're going to do that. 1 second. Hold the thought, Suhani. We'll come back to that one. Okay. Of course, can we go back? If there's a map, then we have to ask the question, is there an inverse map? Back, reverse map. Okay. But again, I stress what I'm saying to all of you. These are the moments where we get pleasure. Also, we feel a lot of pain. Because if you cannot understand it and you just stare at it, it will stare back at you. Right? It's not going to give any answer. Then you can go to Google. What will you do with this on Google? You will put something and the person will be doing something else. You cannot find the answer to this question. So the way I'm teaching you how to solve these problems is always go back to say, what is the question at hand? What am I trying to do? Oh, I'm trying to encrypt a string. Okay, then for that I need a map. Now I'm using a dictionary for a map. I'm having trouble understanding how does a dictionary respond. Okay, fine, no problem. Pass a key to a dictionary, see what it does. So go step by step, and then it's like Legos, sudden or like a puzzle, what do you say, like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything falls in place. Okay, this is pretty clear. So now, before we go to Suhani's question, what if I want to encrypt the whole message? There's some string, it's called some message, right? Python is fun, let's say. Okay, let's make everything lowercase just for now. We'll deal with uppercase in a second. Python is fun. I want to encrypt this message. I have some idea here. How do I get the whole message encrypted? What do I need to finish this? Okay, let's see, Nishant.
Well, first you need the dictionary to be bigger.
Okay, so that's a good point. So, okay, so then that
To
hurts
add
us.
on to Nishant, you need to complete the dictionary.
I know, but let's make it easier. So let's see.
And to get all the
Okay, wait,
letters,
let me add one more letter here, and then we'll say dad is the word. Okay, so I have an actual word, no problem. So what is the dictionary for D?
F.
F.
Okay, everybody's there with me. So now I should be able to encrypt dad. So what should I do now?
Maybe you could do like for A in message, or like for M in message, so you could get all the letters.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's try to be a little bit kinder with for letter in message.
All right.
Okay. Notice what. Okay. So I'm not using ranges or anything. So here I don't need to do message 0, right? If I want to use this, then I have to do range message. But let me just switch it while we're here. Okay. So I'll just say letter here.
Because it keeps.
Here I'll just say letter. It's even nicer, right? Code looks nicer. See?
Yeah.
Let's do the trick.
Yeah.
I would think so.
This way,
So
it
let's
makes
run it and see what
even-
happened. Okay, printed it out. You see dad here and you see FCF here. But now I don't want it in multiple lines like this. I want one string back, right? Not multiple things like this.
Wait, why did it print it like that?
Because I said print each time. So first it mapped D to F, then A to C. And
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Yes. So now I want one string, right? So let's call this, what is it? Let's call this a secret. Okay. And we'll start with a blank string. By now, this should become a pattern for us. Yes or no? Question? Hey,
Yeah,
answer.
my question. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Go on.
well, okay. My question was that in letter, like,
Yeah.
for the on line 13 you wrote for letter in message. How does like Python know that letter has a value? Like how, because letter, like there's no such thing called letter in the code itself till now.
No.
So how does it like kind of figure it out?
Good question. Very good question. First, let me say something. I just noticed sometimes on Zoom, I don't necessarily see all of you if you raise your hand or something. Okay, I'm not ignoring anyone. Just unmute your microphone and ask. Okay, or put it in chat or something. Even I don't have chat open. Just draw my attention to you. Okay. Okay. So Arnav, again, I'm saying to you, you must keep notes and you must practice. All of us must practice. Because I'm using some patterns here that we have talked about before. The pattern here is if you do a for like this, and you say letter in message, message can be either a string or a list. Okay, if I use a string or a list here.
I think there's some echo.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
I think
Echo. One sec.
there's an echo.
I'll fix it. Echoes come usually when people have microphones unmuted. So if you mute your microphones when you're not using them. Okay. Why did I say that? Notice how the physics becomes interesting. The physics is echoes happen when a signal can go around and come back, right? That's what an echo is. Usually echoes happen when sound bounces off walls of the room, right? So if you have an empty room, sound bounces off the walls and you get echoes. Now, usually rooms don't have echoes, except things like bathrooms. And why is that? It's because in normal rooms, there's lots of things like books and people and shelves and all kinds of things in the room that will scatter the echoes. But if you have plain walls, empty walls, so usually the room with no furniture is a bathroom, right? So that's why the bathroom has most echo in the house, right? Okay. And also there's something interesting about the size of the room. If the room is big enough, if the room is too small, then it'll bounce and come back to your ear instantly. You won't hear it as an echo.
Yeah.
The further
We can hear it as an echo only if the distance is of 32 meters.
Okay, there you go, right? And 32 is the distance divided by the speed of sound, right? But anyway, so those are all interesting things. Now, last part. This is why, to some degree, this is why we like to sing in bathrooms. Because everything sounds so much better because it's called reverberation, right? The reverberation in the room makes it sound so much better. Actually, we can do a whole session on music. In music engineering, in sound engineering, especially when you listen to people who are, say, professional singers, we take their voices and we put them through computer programs that will add the echo to the voice to make it sound like better.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
When I say this, it makes me laugh.
Okay.
Physics in a Python class.
Yeah, so what? But this is a beautiful thing. This is a solving problems class. And you see, now I could give you an assignment says, Arnav, go write the program to put echo to everyone's voices, right? Okay. But anyway, the point I was trying to show all of you through this conversation is even a simple thing like an echo makes me think about all those things, right? In 1 second. That's why I said when you mute the microphone, there's no chance for the signal to come back and create the echo. Right? Okay. But anyway, and of course, I want to share with all of you the passion and the interest I have for all these things, right? So I've taken time over the course of my life to go and explore all these things. So all of you should do this too, right? There's it's too much for me to tell in one class, and we don't have a physics class, right? We only have Python class. So once in a way, I show you some of those ideas. So that you don't get the wrong impression that all cool problems are only in computer program. Right? There are cool ideas all over the place. If you really want, since we're here, actually, I spent some time doing a lot of baking. Many of you are far away, so I can share with you. But I will give you all, if you don't create too much havoc in your houses, you can try this, and then next time we can ask, how does this happen? You go take a pan. Usually, better it's just a pan that can be heated. Put it on the stove, heat it up nicely. Then take some water and you just drop it on the pan.
That'll form like balls.
It'll actually bounce.
Yeah.
Okay, so now next time you can tell me, why does water bounce? And if you rotate the pan, it will run around the pan like a skater going around in a rink. Right? It will just bounce around the pan like that. So go try it out and see. Just let your mom know what you're doing. Don't burn down the house. Okay, be careful. But so the point was, yeah, we can find all kinds of cool things going on. Okay, so let's get back here. So Okay, so now Arnav, and for all of you, this pattern is very important. Iterating or looping through either a string or a list, any kind of collection, without using range, right? Just say, get me the next one, get me the next one. That's what's happening here. So for will put the first value into letter, then the second value into letters. For will take care of all of that stuff. Now, the second pattern here is, how do I build something from the origin? So I want to build a new string from the old string based on some condition. We're going to use this pattern all over the place. So for example, in duplicates, we use this pattern, right? We have a string and then we have a string with no duplicates. We can solve that problem. Once you understand this pattern, that problem is one line of code to solve. So let's go here and finish this one. So what do I have to do to secret? So secret, every time I go through, I have to basically add to secret. I have to add to secret. I have to add the letter. Does everybody agree with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Yeah.
You still can you please clarify why you do a letter? I'm still kind of confused.
So, okay, so you tell me, what do you think letter will be when I first go to, when the for goes to message? What will be in letter for the first time? Nishan says, I know. Okay, Nishan, tell.
Can I try to answer?
Let
you can
Nishan.
go
Okay,
first.
okay, John, we go.
So, all right. So, the thing what letter does is it goes to message, and first it checks what it is, and if it's a list or a string, then it takes all the values of the string one by one, and then it just keeps it in the for loop. And if you ask to print it, then it'll print the values.
Exactly. So that's what we did, right, Arnav? So when we printed this, each time you can see, so let's run this first. You can see each time it's changing the value of letter. See, first it's D, then it's A, then it's T.
Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So now we did everything. So now let's go and see if we can enjoy the fruit of our labor. If you print out secret now, we should get it all in one line, right? FCF. Okay, so we got encryption working. Does everybody understand this?
Yeah, so basically what you did is you added the letter from FCF, which is all like one by one, into secret and printed it. So
Yes.
it's side by side. Okay.
Beautiful, right? So we got the secret message. Now, what I want to show all of you is Python has this function which I mentioned before. So basically, let's do this here. And so it does, Python allows us to do this. Python understands this is a standard pattern that we use. So what you do here is you create just like the dictionary, you create a map. I'm going to ask all of you, is this easier to create? So this is a function called make trans. So make trans takes the original value and a mapped value. But here the map is different, right? So what are C, D, A goes to C. Okay, so let's do C,
C,
E, E, F. And my map is A, B, C, D. Does everybody agree with this mapping? Same as the dictionary?
Yes.
right.
So notice again, it's like a dictionary, right? It basically has a key and values, but it's given in this cryptic form. So it's much easier to create this than to type out a big dictionary, right? We're going to do this now for a minute, okay? So now if I just do this, and then if I say message.translate, let's see what happens. You see, you got FCF again.
Right.
Does everybody see this?
Okay, so
Okay.
So
this, huh?
is translate like a feature of a
Excuse
string?
me?
1 second. Let's do Shaurya first, and then we'll go next. Shaurya, what was the question again?
So translate is basically like a feature of a string, sort of like append
Yes.
or
Yes.
lower.
Yes. Only strings. So that you can see that's what I did. Take any string has this function called make trans. So it's a behavior of strings. You said it perfectly well. It's a feature or behavior of strings. So if you have
Excuse
a string,
me?
coming,
Excuse me?
Suhani, 1 second. Let me just finish that thought. So so the idea was the people who wrote Python said translating or transforming strings from one shape to another shape is a very common pattern. So let's give strings the behavior. right? So you don't have to go somewhere else, make a dictionary, blah, blah, blah. You can just provide the keys and the values and it will do it for us. Okay, now Suhani, your question. Hello?
I got disconnected for a bit, so I didn't
Okay.
understand. Hello?
Yeah, ask me.
So I didn't understand the map part.
Okay, you understood the dictionary part, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so the map part is saying that there is exactly the same idea of a dictionary in a slightly different form available for us in Python. And the idea is to use this function called makeTrans, which is a function or a feature that works on strings. And makeTrans says you give me a key, a set of keys, and a set of values in the shape of strings, right? So that means in the dictionary of A goes to C, you see the first letter A goes to the first letter C here. So this is an alternate form of representing a map for strings, right? It's a very beautiful idea that you can take all the keys and join them and make a string. That is the key string, right? So you take A, B, C, D from here and you make the key string. And then you take C, D, E, F and you stick them together and you make the value string. It's kind of beautiful, right? The whole key and values can be made into two strings.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, after map, at the first thing that we see, it's a blank space. We have
Blank space
quotes.
just means this just means this is a property of a string. So to use this property, I need a string. And it's a Python pattern to use a blank space like this. It just means empty string. Any string could work here. So let's see, just to test it out, if I did A also, but of course, if I do A, it will be confusing. What is the A here? Right? So that's why we use a blank string. So for example, let's do one more example of this. Suppose you want to join a bunch of characters which are in a list. Then you can say string.join and then pass a list in here. So for example, A, B, and C, right? So this is another of those methods which are on string, which allows us to join characters together. So let's see what if we do this, what happens?
I think you should get ABC.
Make sense? But again, you see the same pattern. ABC is the last one it printed. You see again the pattern. Sorry, Swani, yes?
In line 20, why did you do print message.translate?
I'm coming. I was just showing first. I was first answering this question, what is this blank string doing? And I'm saying there are some methods. In order to get access to them, you need any string. Okay, I can explain more. For now, just take it as a thing. Make, trans, and join are two examples. You just take a blank string and you say blank string dot, and then you pass in this thing and it'll do the work for you. Now let's go back to our old thing. So what is line 20? Line 20 is the $1 million line, isn't it? Notice what happened here. I want all of you to enjoy this because it's so beautiful. In one line, we solve the encryption problem. In one line, two lines, let's say. We said make a map or a translation table by passing in keys and values. And then you take any message and you say translate and pass this map into it and it gets translated. So in other words, we are telling Python, I want you to translate this message. In order to translate, I know you need a map. So here is a map, use this map. Then it's done, right? Couldn't be shorter and cleaner than that, no? It takes a little time to get used to.
Yeah.
Can you please post this in the chat, like Arnav?
Post what?
The make trans.
Okay, sure. I can post in chat. But notice, first of this, okay, isn't it it probably stays on the website anyway if you come back, but okay, I'm not sure. Maybe it only comes back from me. Let me get out of chat. Also, I'm happy to share any kind of code, okay? But I really want all of you to, in order to learn this well, Arnav, all of you need to sit down and write this code without any copy pasting or looking at anything. This is the best way to learn it. Yeah. Remember, the best way to learn anything is to make your brain recall something. Just even it's sitting in memory in our brain. If you go and say, please, can you bring it back for me? That's when the neurons get strengthened in the brain and you remember something. right? So the best way to fix something is to just periodically, that's why I say you should write a lot of code. Just start with a blank slate and say, I'm going to write an encryption program. And then recall, oh, I need translate. How do I write translate? Oh, I need a blank string. Then I have to do make trans. Just recall the ideas again and again. It's sometimes you say
Half
there
of
are,
the half of the time, I actually all the time I don't even use this. I just wanna, I just look at them during your when you're talking, and then I'm like, what? I just add to my storage memory in my brain.
oh yeah. No problem at all looking at anything. That's what I'm trying to disentangle. I'm happy to paste in chat, but I want all of you to say that is fine. Even I can give you the whole program. That is also fine. But the most important moment when you learn something is when you start with a blank slate and say, okay, let me see if I can do this. Right? I'm not going to look at anything. Let me do this. Even if it's a simple for loop. Because if you do this 15 times, you'll never have any problem anymore, right? After that, you don't have to think about it. But if you don't do it or you do it only once, it will evaporate eventually. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but when I write code in class, you'll see it looks all very easy, right? 1 line, 2 lines, and then I go away. After I go away, when you go and try to do something, you're like, what did he do? Why doesn't it look so easy to me, right? And it's because I have all these hours of practice trying to redo. So for me, it's easy. Then I can just make it. My fingers automatically know what to do. Okay, so please make sure you write. So you don't need new programs or new projects. Sometimes it's just redo the old one. And even when you're doing it, see if you can do it in a better way. Okay. Okay, so is everyone comfort? Okay, so let's see. Any more questions about?
Yeah, I have a
Trans-
question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask what message dot translate actually does.
Translate actually does a for loop, picks one letter from the message, goes and looks in the map and gets the translated value. It exactly does this whole thing.
Okay. So, so these two are different functions altogether. Make trans and dot translate.
They are different functions, but they work in tandem, right? Make trans makes the map, right? Creates the mapping, creates the dictionary, and translate does the work.
One makes it and then one prints it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? If we had to write this code, that's what we did. First, we made the dictionary, then we use the dictionary, right? So this is make trans, and this is translate.
So this would only take 3 lines of code.
Yeah, that's why I said the whole encryption is 3 lines of code, right? Almost. We're not yet done. We're getting there. So now a question to all of you. We painfully typed out this, right? So how would you do this if you wanted to do it for the whole alphabet?
Well,
I'll make
We
a
can
file,
make another file.
and we'll
We can
write
then import
the
it.
whole encryption thing in it
and the
and
dictionary.
put the file.
Okay. This is all cool, right? But so I'm going to show you something. Okay, so you can do all this stuff. Let me see what I did here. Okay. So I think there is a thing called, I did import string as yes. So let me try something if I remember correctly.
Print S.A.
Yeah, ASCII code.
What does that mean?
ASCII code stands for American Standard Code for Information Exchange.
So let
Interchange,
me yeah, it's Janvi said it correct. Well done, Janvi. But the point I wanted to say was, you see that ASCII is okay. So basically, whenever we do anything in this world, sometimes we try to make sure that everybody will agree on a definition. So, for example, if you say what are letters, there's a standard definition. That's what ASCII is, right? It's a way to store characters. But so don't worry about the definition. Right now, ASCII letters. What do you see on the screen?
I see the alphabet in lowercase and uppercase.
Beautiful, right? So isn't this what I need for my key?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what you need.
yes. But okay, so then so now my
Which
question.
import string is S? Because there's no file named string.
No, but this comes from the Python library.
Okay.
Okay, so this comes from.
Oh, so you're saying put it in a string and then print it. Okay.
No. This is saying bring me the string library.
No. I'm talking about runtime. You're saying put as the alphabet.
No, I'm saying that already inside this file S, it has defined what is ASCII letters.
Oh, okay.
right? And I think there's ASCII letters and ASCII lower maybe. Okay, no, there is also lower. I will tell you in a minute, okay? But that's just something I have to look up. I've used it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. There's the lower characters and upper characters. But we are clever people. Sometimes if I want only the lower letters, what can I do? How can I get the lower letters if I'm given this?
Dot lower, and then in the bracket.
No, but that will give me 2 copies, yeah? Good answer, Suhani, but it gives me 2 copies. If I want only the lowercase letters, what can I do?
Oh, then no, that's what the caps look like. You can do dot title.
Okay, this is a tricky one, but someone should know. Anyone?
We can print the first 26 of them because.
And how do I do that?
Oh, 27.
0, 26.
It's a string.
Okay, wait, we'll go one by one. Janvi says
0, 25. Sorry, 0,
0. First of all, index this. You want a square bracket and then 0,25, right?
Yeah.
But index only takes 1 value, no? Can't take 2 values. If I can try just to make you happy, but of course.
Just 25.
Yeah, I think.
I think you just need 20.
So the brackets are somewhat wrong.
No.
I remember that you told this. Method,
Yeah, I told
but
something, but something.
Yeah.
Something
Oh
is
yeah,
wrong.
you did about
Something is
step,
missing over here.
stop, and then something like that. Like
What is that,
start,
Sohani?
then-
What did you say?
Yeah,
Start,
you did something
stop,
like
and
start,
position.
stop, and step.
Ah,
Like
start,
from
stop,
0, and there were
okay.
like colon marks.
Ah,
Like start
cool.
from 0,
There you go,
and
there you
then
go.
Yeah.
Start
Oh.
at
It was not
or you
comma.
could just do yeah.
Okay, we got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
But notice here it goes not 1 less. You have to do 26. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful, right? No for loop, nothing. Look, boom. Okay, Arnav gives me thumbs up. Okay. So, do we see this? Okay, now question to all of you. So I got so even I can save it momentarily, okay? I can save this as key. Notice what I'm showing you, that without typing much, I'm getting what I want, right? It's all very, very compact. Okay, I got my key. So now the question is, so if I got the key, how can I get the new, this is the key. How can I get the values? Of course, we can do what I did with Shaurya. Sit there and type,
yeah.
right? I can type for each one of these.
No, we can just go to map, and rather than the string ABCD, the string CDEF, we can just write key.
Wait, is there a way to
No, wait. You're on the right track here. This is what I'm trying to do. I want to put key here, right?
Yeah.
And the question is, how do I create value?
I think
So, what was I thinking?
maybe start from C.
You could do
Start from C.
One sec. Let's go one by one. Let's try Suhani first, then Nishan, then Arnav. Okay, let's go in this order. Okay. Suhani, what
I
is
was
it?
thinking you could like start from C and like remember the start stop step 1 and then go ahead because for A it would be C and then for B it would be D.
Okay, so let me try to translate what you're saying. So what do you want me to do? I'll type anything. You tell me what I should do. I have key. So you want me to start from
okay,
C?
yeah. I want to start from C, so that will be I think 2 because
C, okay, 2. So let's first do 2 to 26 just now. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, there's a problem down here because of value, but okay. Okay, so we got C to Z. Okay, then what?
yeah, we need like A and B at the end too, but.
So okay. So who's next? Nishant, how do I get? Suhani got us this far. We need to finish this now.
Wait, can you just add A, B, and C? Simple.
Yeah, but okay. So.
Well, I was thinking something like dot append and then bracket 0 to 2. 0:2.
Wait, dot.
We can go it.
Wait, 1 second. Hold,
negative
Jan. We're going around the room slowly, one by one. So Nishant, then Arnav, then we're going to go around. Okay. So what did you want to do, Arnav? Append what?
I was thinking we could do something like plus or dot append, and then in the square bracket add 0 to 2.
Yeah.
No, but if I do, okay, so let's do this quickly. If I do this, this doesn't work, right?
No,
Zero,
no,
one.
just do plus. Just do plus.
Yeah, I think plus. Right?
Plus makes
No,
more
no, no. I
sense.
know. That was
I
Nishan's
think
idea,
we
but
can
okay,
go to
wait.
the negative side.
No, I'm. Yeah, let's try Nishan's idea first. What plus what, Nishant?
All right. So no, I was just saying, why can't you just simply add, because there's not much else you have to add.
I understand. You have the right idea, but what am I adding? What should I do?
Like A and then the
You
value.
want me to write ABC here?
Oh, I think he's saying the A in the like as a string, in the
Yeah, as a string.
quotation
String
mark.
Yeah. So you
plus
want me to write?
string.
That's fine. I'm okay with string or whatever. You saying I should do this?
Yeah.
But in the
I think
square
it should be
bracket, so
A,
it's
B because
Yeah, but
Well,
No,
since
actually,
Nishant
hold
came
on.
with the idea, let's
In the
ask
square
Nishant.
bracket.
What do you
It
want?
should
You
be
want me to-
A and B, not A, B, C. Remove the C, I think.
yeah, we already have the C. Look at the first letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a C already
So
there.
okay, AB. Okay, so now my question to all of you is: this is okay. This can be done, but notice on the left-hand side, I didn't use ABC anywhere, right? In particular, if I make instead of 2, if I make this 3, if I make this
saw.
3, wait. Let me tell the problem. If I make this 3, then you have to go and put C here, right?
Yeah.
If I make it 4, so this is not. It's kind of working, but
not
it's hard coded,
efficient.
right? It's only work for a particular.
Then maybe we could do and add like the key from
Yeah.
1 to whatever you
Okay,
0,
okay,
sorry.
pause. Now the couple of people have been quiet in the room, so I'm going to go around. Ria, any ideas from you?
Maybe you can define something as like the value you want to shift. So in this case, it was 2. And then just put that into, so like we can have like x is equal to.
So let's make it even simpler. So Ria, let me ask this question. This side was made, this was subset of key, right? It was the subset of key which started from 3 and went to 26. What is this as a subset of key? This is also a subset of key. How do I specify it?
It's like
So I'm going
0
to write
to
key and put a bracket. What should I put to get ABC?
0 to 3.
That's it. So who likes this and who does not like this?
I kind of
like
like that's
this.
what I was
I
trying
think
to
that's
say. Zero
what-
to three.
Yeah,
Right.
even I was going to say that. But
Okay.
I said that.
Yeah, I was going to go say that.
Okay. So when we do this, notice how beautiful it is because it used the same idea again, right? We didn't do anything different. We just first took the first part of this thing. But notice now again, I want all of you to go back and rewind. Quickly, let me summarize. What was I trying to do? I was trying to shift all the letters. And we said in order to shift all the letters, the way a shift is working is you basically take the first part, pull it out, and stick it at the end. That's what shift does, right? I said it in words. Take the first part, pull it out, and stick it at the end. And that's what this code is doing, what I said in English, right? So the moment we can say it in English, then the code becomes easy because we just have to pull out different parts of the string. We know how to do that. We know how to connect them together. We're done.
Wait, I'm kind of confused though.
Excuse me.
Huh.
I was thinking of something like, does it work like a loop? So we can, if it happens like that, immediately once the whole set is finished, then it will come back to the same place again and start. So we can, if it was like that, then we could probably do 3:2 because after completing all the 26 of them, it will again come to 0 and then 1 and 2, and so that we can just start
So
and end.
how would you want to, do you want to rewrite this or you think this is okay?
So I thought, I don't know whether it would work, but I wanted you to write 3 in the first key, 3 and then colon and then 2.
Here like
But
this.
wouldn't that
two.
just like do like only
Yeah.
the? I feel like that would only do the third letter and the
No,
second.
in the first,
Yeah.
in
Sorry,
the
got
first
it.
key. In the
Okay,
first.
okay. But Shaurya got
Yeah.
it correct. Yes, that's right. So let's see. Let me do this first. So let's try this
It
first.
would only like.
Yeah, let me run this and
Indeed.
see what it did. Okay, so already something happened here. What happened? I have an extra bracket, I think.
It says invalid syntax. So yeah.
Yeah, I think bracket.
Okay, so first question is, did this work? The answer is it worked. Janvi, my comment to you is you have some idea of, yes, it's a loop, but it's not clear what exactly you want to do. Okay, so you can play with this and see if you can
Okay.
do it in another way.
I didn't understand what Janvi was saying.
No,
Like,
she's just saying that if it was like a loop, then there's some other way I could do the numbers. Okay. The answer is yes, you could treat it like a loop and do some clever things. For example, you could use negative indexes and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah.
But my point is, I am teaching all of you the simplest possible way is the best possible way, right? And the simplest possible way is, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to take the first part of the string and put it at the end. So I split it.
but like if it was in caps lock, then I think it would be like a lot more like it would be easier, because in the key you could just like take it till the next AB, so that, and then you could do the dot title one, so that everything becomes in caps lock.
Sure. So okay, so go ahead and play with it in different ways. Okay, I won't do any more with this. So we got the keys. Now we know what the values can be, right?
I have a question.
One sec, let me finish this off.
Sure.
Just hold the question for a second. So if I call this values, and if I use this in my dictionary, do you think it's going to work or it's not going to work?
I think it'll work.
It'd probably work.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it works for 3 letters. Why can't it work for 26? Values, what do we call it? Values, maybe.
Yeah, you might call it values.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a different map now, because we did something slightly different. Okay, we put 3 instead of 2. Okay, so but now let me finish off this with one more idea. Let's call this shift. And let's say shift equals 3 here. And let's take this out and put shift here.
Right.
And shift here. Notice how beautiful this became. I can shift by any
Yeah, that's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can make any message encrypted. Right? Doesn't matter how many letters are there, right? If the message was dad or it was bad, dad, we will take care of everything, right? We'll encrypt everything. Okay. Some people are giggling because I said bad dad, but okay. You can write a program to check if it's a palindrome or not, okay? It's not, but okay. So what am I saying? I'm saying we solved the encryption problem. We all can encrypt now. Right? I'm going to say something about decryption, but Nishant had a question.
No. I think after you did that, I got it.
Yeah. So beautiful, right? Now I want
had
all.
a question in the starting. It was kind of related to decryption.
Yes.
So like, can we get the key if we write the value in the dictionary? Like
Yes, we can. You wanted the reverse way, right? Yeah, so let's defer that to next time, okay? I'll show you a clever way to do it. Of course, there's a manual way to do it. Just make a new dictionary by typing it. Okay, there's a very clever way, but it needs a couple of ideas. So let's defer that for now. So honey, my comment to you would be, if you need, so now that it's so easy to make a dictionary, how do you make a reverse map in this case?
So we just interchange the values and keys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You put the value here and you put the key here and you got reverse map. You don't have to do any more work.
A, B to D.
Yeah.
I mean D to B and E to C.
No, I'm saying that because everything is going through key and value.
Can you repeat what you just did? Can you repeat what you just did?
Yeah, so let's see. This is a map, okay? So now let me ask a question. Let's take this and let's ask the question, what is reverse map? Okay, so let's call it for clarity, let's call it reverse map. Okay, so how do I make reverse map? I'm saying reverse map is very easy to make. It's values and key, right? Does everybody agree with this or disagree with this?
Yeah.
Who disagrees?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, except I have to put reverse map here, right? And in order to test this, let's do this. Let's take this guy and save this value somewhere. So let's say S for secret equals this. So let's say print S.
Right.
Right? Print S. And now here we go, and what are we going to translate? We're going to translate S to the reverse map.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what happens. You see bad dad is here.
Okay, so.
Right? Bad dad became this, whatever egg did. And then.
Wait, I forgot. What was DCFFCF?
That's from the previous thing. Okay.
That's secret.
Okay. Yeah.
Excuse me.
One second, Chaudhry.
This is a bit
Is it Chaurya? Sorry, who was asking the question?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaurya,
it was
go-
me.
Yeah, go on. Yes. Go on.
It's a bit unrelated, but where did the Python libraries come from?
Where do they come from? Is that a question? No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I understand the question. Where does the libraries come from human beings, right? So that means some bunch of human beings actually sat and said, okay, let's make libraries. And they started typing, right? And they said, what do you need? Oh, you need translate, you need this, you need that, you need reverse, you need join, whatever. And they just typed away like crazy. Bunch of people like us, right?
Many concepts which are a bit
Huh?
complicated in Java are quite easier in this. Like even if you want to input something, or in this case ASCII, when I'm dealing with ASCII in Java, then I have to work with numbers, numerals instead of, and I don't have any kind of these kind of functions which I can work with easily. So I just have to remember which is which character, and then I have to
Yes,
start
yes.
from that numbers.
Yes. But yes, so different languages can have differences. Of course, I can discuss with you offline, Janvi. Maybe I can show you how to make it easy in Java as well. Okay. The point is, the thing that's easy or hard in most cases is the idea that makes it easy or hard. I have to ask this now. But before I ask this, Shaurya, did I answer your question about where does the libraries come from?
Yes, but like, how do they make it like without using the thing? Like, how do they make dot upper without like, using
Oh
dot?
yeah, without using it.
No, wait. Say again. What is the question?
I
How do they make?
a different language.
How do they make like dot upper without actually using dot upper? Because you can't use dot upper
No.
because it's
But my
not
point is,
created.
okay, so no, this part is easy for me to explain, but let me just tell it in a simple way. So you should think of dot upper as simply somebody writing a function called upper. It takes a string and it makes it upper, whatever. I'm not going to write the code for this. You can write this, right? The fact that you can invoke it by saying, whatever, abc dot upper, that is just some magic that I can teach you later, okay? But you should not have to worry about this part. You should have a good, clear picture of this part. That the people, I sometimes call them monkeys, but I shouldn't say that. We should be respectful of all these people. No, there's a question in philosophy, right? In computer science also. If you put millions of monkeys and they keep on typing, will Shakespeare come out? Right?
What?
Can you produce Shakespeare by millions of monkeys typing for billions of years? Maybe suddenly some Shakespeare comes out of it, right? Because all the letters can get randomly arranged, and then suddenly you get Romeo and Juliet or something. It's a rhetorical question, right? What I'm saying is that question has a surprising answer for human beings. Millions of monkeys are typing, and suddenly Wikipedia comes out or Python comes out, right? The human monkeys obviously are more intelligent than just randomness, right? They have some method to their madness. What if you try to go and figure out who made the plan, who said we should make upper, who made lower? It'll be impossible to find out. Because really, some guy
I actually forgot what was dot upper.
Dot upper converts a string to upper case. Right? So
okay, and dot lower basically converts it to lowercase.
Correct. Notice now this is a good.
What? Excuse me.
Just one second. Let me just finish one thought here. So in somewhere in our course page, I showed you all the string methods. Right? So this would be a moment for me to see if I can get there quickly and flash it to you. It might be here even. So there are lots of methods. Yeah, here it is. Notice these are all the methods that are on string. And notice when I said to you, go ahead and play with it. Now, here's the interesting thing. Does anybody see translate here?
Yeah, all the way at the bottom,
Yeah.
the back, 2 away.
Okay, and what about make trans?
Yeah, it's above it.
Notice, right? So the clues were all there before you started encryption. I had given you all the information you need. But the hard part, which I'm trying to teach you today, there is no way that you're going to go here and search for translate and make trans. No way. Because our mind is not looking for a translation. Right? Our mind is not looking for translation. So we are not going to make trans or make a map or anything. We don't know how to ask the question. Notice where the problem is. So this is a very important thing. That's why I keep telling all of you, write in English. Because the moment you tell me in English, I'm trying to translate, I would say, go look at this or use this. You see what I mean? But if our thoughts are so fuzzy that we don't even know that this is a translation problem, then we have no chance to use anything. Make sense? So our goal in
I
all
have
this
a
problem is
question.
coming, Suhani. 1 second, let me finish that line. So the goal here for all of you is calmly take a piece of paper and try to do the translation by hand and get the idea. What am I doing here? I have to go letter by letter. I have to map them, make a dictionary on a piece of paper. Then you see the problem. Now you can tell me in English, I need to make a dictionary or I need to make a map. And I tell you, you know how to make a dictionary. Okay, I'll show you how to make a map. Then I need to use the dictionary to make the encryption. Okay, we know what do we need for that. We need a for loop and so on and so forth. The problem will get solved easily if we can think about it the right way. Okay, but the right way is not God given. Each problem needs a different right way. Okay, now Suhani, what's your question?
So basically, the difference between dot title and dot upper is that the upper makes only the first letter capitalized, but the title makes all the
No, the
first
other way,
letters of
exact
each one.
other way around. Title makes the first letter capitalized and upper makes all of them capitalized. Okay, and
No, but I tried it with the Goblet of Fire, and it made T also capital, G also capital,
no,
and
let's
O
just
also
like
capital.
always, we should just check this, right? So let's take message and let's say print message. Always you should that's what beautiful about programming, right? We don't have to believe anything, we can just type it. Oops, message. We just type it and then just see what happens. Okay, so here's message. A message is bad dad. Okay, there's some other printing going on. Let's see if I can turn off some things.
Oh, I know why. It's because
Okay.
you had message with Baghdad and you just said print it.
Yeah. So here's bad dad. Now I say message dot upper.
Okay, so it'd be all uppercase.
See, bad dad became really big, capitalized bad dad.
But like if it's like bad dad and then like say there's like another dad after that, like after space, then the title would make B and D capital.
No, everything.
Right?
No, upper just makes everything upper.
No, but like title, dot title.
What do you mean dot Python?
Title.
Title. If you say now instead of this, if you say dot, sorry. Okay. You see?
Okay, so.
Yeah.
You're just capitalizing the first letter because it's like a title.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was saying. That okay, but in upper it's all.
Now that we did this, I will tell all of you, this is something that you need all over the place. When you compare strings, it's always better to convert them either to upper or lower and then compare.
Oh,
and sometimes you want the strings to be equal if they're not case. When you play a capitals game or some game like this, it just if they got the uppercase, lowercase off. You know, Washington DC, if I put DC, lowercase DC, it should not be wrong answer. So when you compare things, always make them to lower and then compare. Okay.
Has anyone realized how Baghdad and the first is good dad when you translate it?
So yeah, we can make bad dad translate to good dad. Yes. So okay, so now let me pause on this. So what is exact? So we almost finished this topic. I want to introduce a new topic and then we can wind up. All of you should be able to do the encryption easily now, right? And I think Ria, you did it. You did the encryption with dictionary. Was there a question you had? I think I said ask me a question about it.
My thing was like, you know the message that you had put?
Yes.
I wasn't really sure how
to decrypt it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we did. So by the way, Ria, what do you think about the code that we need to do the encryption? It come out nice here. Do you know how to write it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to look something like this. Yes, just 1 or 2 lines.
Okay.
Yeah, that is all clear, but
By the
Yeah.
way, you see, it's ASCII underscore lowercase. If you want only the lowercase, we didn't even have to do this gymnastics. If you had said, if you want lowercase, I will leave it as a challenge to all of you. So let me show you this, and then I'll give you a challenge. It's an interesting challenge. So if you do ASCII underscore lowercase and take off this and then say print key, I think we get the lowercase letters.
You get everything lower. Right.
Okay, so ASCII letters has lower and uppercase. So there's ASCII lowercase, there's ASCII uppercase. Okay. Now to encrypt any message in English, which one we need? We need lowercase, uppercase, or letters?
If you need to encrypt anything, shouldn't. Wait, why would it matter?
What do you mean?
It'll be better if both the key and the value are in the same case.
No. Yeah. What I'm saying is, if I have a message like this, and if I use only lowercase, ASCII lowercase, like we were doing before, will it be able to encrypt bad dad, good dad? Like this?
I don't think so.
Wait,
Yeah.
What we can do is
what?
we can just take
One sec, Janvi, don't solve the
key.
problem. I'm defining the problem right now. Okay, so Nishant, what was your question? Comment?
I have a question. So yeah, why is it different if it's uppercase or lowercase or both?
Well, in my dictionary or in my map, is there a map for B?
Oh no.
Lowercase. Then it was
Wait,
yeah.
I have
Yes.
a question. Like in line 7, you wrote s.asci lowercase. Then shouldn't it repeat, like ABCD repeat itself, like or both in lowercase? Because if you just print the s.asci letters, then it's ABCD first in lowercase and then in uppercase.
No, that's correct. So this thing contains both upper and lower, right? This thing, so like we can even print it and see. If you print this one, if you print ASCII letters, it contains both. Oops, something else is going on. Okay, don't worry about it for now. Okay. Does that make sense?
But let's
No,
say
ignore
you
the
did.
error.
Yeah.
You see
But
the.
like if you do
Yeah.
if you do dot lowercase over here, then will it like again repeat itself?
What does it mean? Repeat.
I think
No. Okay. So let me try. Sorry, one second. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but let me try this. Okay. So you can just see what is happening. Oops. 0.6.
yeah, the semicolon gets to.
What's your problem now?
I
equals.
Oh.
Okay. So do you see that these two are identical right now?
Yeah.
Okay. If I take this out, then you'll get two different lines. One will have the uppercase, one will have the lowercase.
One would have upper and lower, and one would just have that.
So now,
But like in the 9th line, shouldn't it make the A B C D E F also lowercase and then like again printed? The uppercase A B C D.
no. ASCII lowercase contains only this. This is the one. This is the line. This is what ASCII lowercase.
Okay. It's not the. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got confused with the function and the ASCII.
So if you want only lowercase, just use ASCII lowercase. But we did it, of course, in a more advanced way. We used the big one and we just took what we wanted from it, right? By cutting it.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
So sometimes like you go on Google or Amazon or any big website, when you type something in like like lowercase a and then capital B and then lowercase c, capital D, it like automatically makes it like when you go on Amazon, search up toilet paper, you do like capital T and lowercase OI and then capital L. It's like all should be lower. Like only one should be capital in the word, or like
who does this? Usually when I type anything, if I type bad, it might suggest mad. It's not very clever, right?
No. I'm saying no. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that when you type like error in, like you type A B A like lowercase, you have to type all lowercase, and you type capital B C D.
No. Wait. Where are you typing first?
Amazon, any big website, like you search, go on Google, for example. When you
Okay.
search something up, there's like
Okay.
when
So
you
I'm on Google. I never go to Google, but okay, I'll go to Google for you. Whatever. What is it? What I have to do? Google search.
so basically I just search up something like capital. Just do just do a
Okay.
type. Just do a typo error. Like do
What's a
like
typo error?
in the sense that just do a
Bad
typo
dad.
error.
Okay, this should be a typo error.
So I think what she's saying is he capitalizes B and then lowercase a and then
How does
So
like
what it does is there
No, wait,
there's a
before we get
feature
any
which is called
Janvi, hang on. Before we get any solutions, let's show Arnav. We must ask the question precisely. What is the question?
okay.
so basically my question is how does it like capitalize even though like how does it like do proper punctuation?
No, first of all, it doesn't do proper punctuation, as you can see.
Okay, do you mean like if
I
you
did-
write something wrong and it like comes up, did you mean
Yeah. How
one?
does it do that?
Oh, okay.
No.
okay.
So your question is still not well defined. You see, I typed by bad dad. It says it's a spelling mistake, but that's easy.
no.
Compare.
She's saying I think do bad dad and then do a slash or something.
Okay.
No, like just do what is the capital
I
of
think I've
India
understood
and
his
like
problem. Can I try to rephrase
rather
it?
than capital.
Okay. Janvi thinks so. I'm now speaking in a different language than me right now. I have no idea.
So I think what he's trying to say is even if we sometimes it's I think he's talking about the feature of autocorrect that if we write something wrong or make the wrong punctuation or write one letter in uppercase and the other in lowercase, so how does it
wait.
gets corrected itself?
I'm teaching all of you a very important lesson here, even though it sounds like I'm playing around. The important lesson is I'm telling Arnav, you have to be precise. We can fill in all kinds of meanings, but he didn't say any of those words, right, Janvi? He didn't say autocorrect or anything. He just said Google type, and I'm saying, look, Arnav, your problem statement is not precise. Look, what I typed something. What is this uppercase? It doesn't do anything what you said.
No. He means if you search it up and then
If I search it up, who knows what is happening? It goes somewhere. Who knows, right?
Yeah. That's
Okay, so let me cut this.
sometimes.
Let me cut this conversation. We should have a long conversation separately about what does Google do. But my point is that is not our discussion anyway. But what is important is if we have an idea, we must define it precisely, okay? And can't just say put it in some box somewhere, something happens. That's not us, right? That's what people outside this room do. They say something, they mumble something, and everybody nods their head and goes away, right? Oh, that's very cool. Or they say whatever. You say A, I say B, somebody else says C, and we just have confusion and we go away. Everybody says, oh, that was very interesting. That's not what we do, right? We make sure we understand what is being discussed. Okay? So it's a hard thing to teach and a little painful sometimes if it's pointed at you, but don't take it as pain. It's important, right? The struggle to define precisely the question is what I'm trying to say. And I'm telling all of you, if you make the question correct, the answer will be easy to find. So with that said, now let me take you all to what I want to show you. The next topic. So there are lots of interesting things. So, I have to finish decryption. So let me do decryption quickly. I'm not going to solve anything. I'm going to ask all of you, if I know how to encrypt a message, what do I need to know to decrypt a message?
Just do it the opposite way.
Yeah, just do the opposite way.
Okay, but suppose I don't know the way. In this example, I don't.
Wait, do you know the solution? Like any example?
No. I'm saying, so suppose, for example, I used shift is 3 here, right? And I didn't tell you. So imagine that this was what, by the way, this is called the Caesar Cipher because this is what Julius Caesar was using to send messages to his generals. So what they did is before the war was starting and they went in different directions, they all met and said, okay, for this war, the key is 4. So everybody put it in their head, key is 4. So whenever they got the messages, they made a reverse map and they used reverse map, and whenever they got a message, they're able to decrypt it. Now I'm asking you 2 questions. If I tell you that the key is 4, all of you know how to decrypt?
Yeah.
And can you write that code? You can all write that code. You have to create a new map, whatever. I'm showing you that you can actually make it from this line of code. Next time we'll do it together. Now I'm asking you, suppose I don't know what is the shift. So you're like an eavesdropper or a person who's trying to crack the code. You get in there and you're trying to figure out what happened. What can you
Then
do?
you'll just have to kind of guess through all of it, which is like really painful.
Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Maybe one thing you might want to do is that basically start from shift like 0 and go your way through.
Okay, so we have two. So notice we have two algorithms. One sec, Nishan, hold the thought. Let me just summarize what was said. We have two possible algorithms for decryption. Not very efficient, but they will both work. One is you just try at random. The other is you go one by one. But for both of these algorithms, how do we know when we got the correct answer?
It makes sense, and when you can.
Okay, so unfortunately,
if it makes sense. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it makes sense means a human has to look at it, right? You'll see a lot of messages, and then one message will be like in English. You'll be like, boom, oh wow, got it. Okay, so can all of you write this code now? I've given a long message, right? If you get this message,
Okay, so we'll just have to guess.
Well, try this. Now I'll tell you something, but you cannot implement it because it's a little advanced. But I will tell you something. There's a much better way to do this. And the much better way, and it works for more complicated encryptions. The much better way to do this is you understand that these are all messages of English, right? And so if you understand these are all the messages in English, you can ask the question, do we know which letters occur most frequently in English?
Oh.
So what is the letter that occurs most frequently?
A.
A.
It has to be.
Actually, I think it's E, but we can find it out, okay?
Well, how do you know E and A and how do you know?
Because, well, there's a good question. How do you know? How do you know? You take Shakespeare or you take the whole dictionary and you go through and you count the letters and you see which one occurs most frequently.
Yeah, but there's so many words in like.
So what? It's a computer. It'll just crunch.
But I think people must have done that. Or like,
No. I'm just telling that we don't have to do this, but I'm saying if you take the entire Shakespeare as you like it or something, a play, and you say take all the words in Shakespeare as you like it and find out which letters occur. 26 letters. At what frequency do they occur?
I think
I've got a way to do it. I've made a program.
Pause. Let me finish my thought.
Yeah.
If you ask Python to do this for the whole of Shakespeare's as you like it or all of Shakespeare's works, it will be done in less than a second. Okay, so computers are very, very fast. So once I get this table, how can I use this table? The idea is, now I know which letter is most frequent. So now you go to the message that has to be decrypted and say, which is the most frequent letter in this? It's in some gobbledygook now, right? You just find the most frequent letter and say that must be E.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But like, how do you know if it's shifted? Like in this example, we're doing it for shift. But like,
so okay, wait. Okay, so let me give the algorithm slowly, okay, and quickly, but we will implement it next time, okay? So let's say the message was, what was our message? Bad dad, okay, whatever, something, okay. Let's make some other message, okay?
Let's make this. Should I tell you what the message should be?
Okay.
Nishan's not a good guy.
Oh no. You can only have positive. Only positive messages.
I think it should Merry Christmas.
Okay. What? Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Reverse that.
Okay. Actually, let me make it even smaller. I just wanted. Yeah. Merry Christmas will be fine. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, if you put this through some encryption algorithm, and you get some encrypted message, right? Whatever these letters are, right? Some new letters here. Actually, we should put it. Do we have this thing running? Message. Okay, so here we can say message. Sorry. Okay, so let's see what happens to Merry Christmas when we translate it. So if you say message equals Merry Christmas, and you do this, you'll get something, right? Oops.
No.
Okay, my code is probably off at this moment. What did you do?
cut my hairstyle वाली photo लगी रहती है.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is you put Merry Christmas through this thing, you will get an encrypted message. Okay, maybe this one here. Fub. Okay. Now the point I was trying to make is, notice that if you have a long message, you can say which letter is occurring most frequently here?
You, or you can even do it with the counter. You can do it with
you
the
can do it with the
counter.
counter. I'm not telling how to solve it. What I'm saying is, unfortunately, this message is too short. So if you say even the letter E is happening only once and the letter A is happening only once, you cannot tell who is the most frequent one. But if you have a long message, then you will see that some letters occur more frequently. And you can, I'm not solving the problem now, I'm just giving you an idea. You can use that to solve the decryption
I
problem.
just have a question. Like, is this Caesar Cipher like shifted, or is it like some random thing?
No,
For
it's all.
example,
So here's the exercise for all of you. Assume that the cipher is always made by shifting by some amount. Now our task is to decrypt it. And we have two ways of decrypting. One is just guess at random. The other is loop through all the values from 0 to 26.
right?
What happens if I try 27?
What did it? Oh,
A. I don't.
It'll just come back, right? So there's no point shifting by more than 26.
Maybe wait, I got another way,
Okay.
which is more efficient actually, I think, than all of them. Maybe like you said between 1 to 27, right?
You try 125, let's say.
Oh, let's do 26 for example. I don't. Okay, for 26, you can do something like this. I don't know what you call this in English, but like you take the half of 26, 13. If it's 13, no. Well, then you will go on the right side.
But the half, okay, the half does not quite work. Okay, so we're going to, this is a perfect moment for us to switch to my last idea for you for today. And if I can find it. So first of all, let's come up with this. I'm building on the idea we talked about before. And the idea is, whenever you want to solve a problem, you must come up with an interesting algorithm. So there's a whole subject in computer science. You can just briefly read on our website. I put some notes there. But the idea is that there are two problems that we can ask that I want you to consider. They are prototype problems for computer science. One is sort. So if I give you a list of numbers and say, can you
Excuse
please
me?
sort them? Yeah.
Could you please increase the font size?
Yes. So if I say, can you please sort a list of numbers? Put them in ascending or descending order. Okay. You pick your favorite sorting order. How do I do this? I want all of you to think about a way to do this. And I haven't added a project, but I will add a project right now. So given a list of numbers, sort them. And I want you to just see this. Can you see this? The height is this is a big number. Height is the size of the number. Can you see what's happening?
yeah.
Let it run while I talk. Okay.
Can you again explain the question? I again.
So the
got
question is,
distracted.
here's a list of numbers.
Okay.
Okay. So you see it's in some random order, right? It's not order.
Okay, so you want it to be from 1 to 9.
And I'm showing you visually. You see 1 to 9 is now ordered.
Okay.
So
wait, I have a question.
One second.
Like
One second. I'm
okay.
giving you a clue right now, and then you can ask your question while this thing is running. This thing is actually showing you how to sort it. It's giving you a clue how to solve the problem. Okay, what's your question?
So like I had submitted a code, and I think you had like
Yes.
said that you'd discuss it in the session. So
Correct.
it's like even in this question,
Yes.
can we use that? Like
Yes, we can. We can. So by the way, we will discuss your question in more detail next time because we're a little low on time. But I will tell some comments. So Suhani actually tried, for everyone to know, the problem I had asked very casually was a problem of given a list of words, right? Cat, mat, bat. Can you put them in some sorted order?
You need to put them in a string.
Right? If I give you this, can you sort them somehow? Okay.
I think you can alphabetize them.
Oh, you mean by alphabet you sort them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick your favorite way to sort them.
Yeah, you'd said like put them in an alphabet.
Write a program to sort this.
Well, okay. So you know the ASCII, the alphabet thing. So you could use.
No. I understand. So first, let me simplify something for Suhani. Then I will give the question back to all of you. Clearly, sorting words is a little bit more complicated. So let's pause it and make it easier and say, let's sort numbers. Okay, then sorting is easy. You don't have to worry about alphabetical sorting.
Oh yeah, that's a lot easier.
Lot easier. Huh?
Because,
Now my question is,
it's
how will you sort this? Write a program to sort this. And I just now played something. Did you
okay,
see-
but like
One second. Now I'm asking a question. This picture is telling you how to sort it. Can anyone see what it's telling you?
Yeah.
Python is actually sorting those numbers. The height is the number's height. So if the number is 9, it's this tall.
And then 8 is the one that's moving.
Huh. So what's going on? So this is an algorithm. I just wrote the code to show you visually what it's doing, right?
Oh,
It is
that's
sorting,
cool though.
and now it's done.
How
See?
long does it take you to make this?
10 minutes.
What?
Also, how is that possible?
Well, that's what happens, right? I mean,
Wait. Can you scroll down? I want to see how long the code is.
it's not very long.
Excuse me, Arnav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Tell me what is 2 plus 2 plus 2? 6.
6.
6. Why were you able to do it so easily? First, think about that.
She's
Because
answering your
I
question.
think basically 2 times 3 equals to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but why? How can you do it so in such a small amount of time?
because they're really small numbers. If you did 107 plus 107
No,
plus
I think what Janvi is wanting us to
That would be 214.
no, it's 2
no,
points.
it wasn't.
It's 2 important things you must take away from that comment. The first thing is you must have familiarity with it. And second is you must have a good algorithm. You can multiply instead of adding 50 times or something.
Right.
Okay, then since Janvi asked that question, let me leave this as a puzzle for you to solve. How will I find, I want to add all the numbers from 1 to 100.
oh yeah, that's like easy. Not so easy, but I know how to do that. Should I say it?
Oh no, just hold the thought. We'll discuss next time because I want to, okay. So making questions like that easy is the idea. But anyway,
Yeah, because it's not easy if you like first hear it. Like if you get to know what's actually behind it, then it becomes easy.
now let me explain to all of you. When I was learning to program, I saw something like this and I thought it would be so hard for me to do. Right. And then yesterday I was thinking I'm going to tell you all about sorting next class. So I want to show you something. How does sorting work? I want to show you visually how does it work. So I made something to show you. Okay, now all this said, how many of you feel you can go and figure out? You don't have to write Python code. Can you tell me in English how to sort these numbers?
So,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
can
think
try.
with the code.
Now, don't try now. That is, I'm going to put a project in there with a
Alright.
list like this. Figure out how to sort it. Okay.
Alright.
Now, the second
So
part of
with
this.
the picture or without the picture?
No, without the picture. Without the
All
picture,
right.
I will show you how to do. Just have to just take this list and give me the sorted list, right? The sorted list is this. So I will actually set it up for you so you can actually do the code. Okay. So you take this and you get this. Make sense?
Alright.
Okay. So if you can't write the code, write in English is what I'm saying. Always you should write. And by the way, I've asked all of you, some of you are doing it really well. You're creating an extra file, and in the file you're typing your English ideas. So there's very good idea. Okay. And also put in some comments. When I was doing this, whatever, it became easy once I understood this or that, or whatever your thoughts are. And if you have questions, put questions. So sorting is done. Now somebody was talking about, Arnav was talking about, if I want to search for something, I can cut it in half. So there's a beautiful idea of cutting in half, which is connected to searching. What is that idea? The idea is that if I have to search for something, but the numbers have to be ordered. So if I have a list like this, and then I want to find the location of the number 5 or number 4 or a random number. We have a game like this. I think we wrote it last time. We can try to write it again. Guess a number between 0 and 100.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
numbers are ordered.
Yeah.
The point is it's ordered. Okay. If it's ordered, there's a fast way to search for it. So one way to search for it is just try random. The other way is you split in half every time.
Yeah, half.
Yeah.
And then you split, like if it's 50, you split that in half. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
split
Yeah.
that in half.
So we're going to do this in 2. That's why I said these are both very fundamental algorithms. The first question is, if it's not ordered, how can I order it? Then the second question is, once I ordered it, if I want to find something, how quickly can I find it? Okay. And I want you to solve both problems in English first, and then we'll write the code for it. And then I'm going to show you some interesting ideas connected to algorithms. Okay. So we can wind up here. Make sure you write. I'm covering a lot of important ideas for all of you. So make sure you write a lot of code. Okay. Then only these ideas will get set in your mind.
Could you like put like an exercise for like for all the questions?
Yes, I'm going to put
Like,
today I'll put
okay.
an exercise for
Okay.
sorting and searching. Okay.
And when would we do the tic-tac-toe?
So this is a good moment to ask.
Yeah.
Shall we switch gears and try to do like tic-tac-toe next time?
Yeah.
I want to show. So there are lots of different. Okay, we can do tic-tac-toe next time, definitely. So what do we want to do in tic-tac-toe? I guess we want to make.
Wait, what about the capital game? The like
Yeah.
you have to guess the capital.
Last.
Okay, so we should finish off that game if there's any open questions or discuss anything. Okay, but on tic-tac-toe, what we want is basically this idea, right? You want to be able to play with a friend, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of struggling on. Like, how would you tap it and the X comes?
Correct. So yeah, so we have to show you how. I have to teach you how can you interact with the computer when you click with the mouse. How does this happen?
And
Right?
I saw something called like clicked.
Yeah, don't worry. I will show you everything. Okay, don't waste time searching for it. Okay, but I think it's very important to get these ideas down. So let's do this. I have to give you some idea here. But when I show you this idea, I think Janvi was working on something like this. The moment I can do this, you see, I can create art like this.
Does it work if you get 3 in a row? Would it say you won or something?
Of course, I can make it all those. But what I was working on, which I didn't finish the code, I didn't get time, is the computer will play against you.
Oh, wow.
Right? And
But is it randomly or does it have logic? Like
if it randomly plays, you will be able to beat it. Right?
Yeah.
So it turns out that I think if you play randomly tic-tac-toe, a random algorithm will win 20. I think it'll win 20. No, it'll draw 20% of the time, something like this. Right? So it won't lose. It will be able to defend randomly.
Right.
Okay. But
okay, that's
but so we must do better than that. So the idea is the computer can be taught very easily to play perfectly. You know, tic-tac-toe is a solved game, by which I mean that if you have perfect play, you can always make a draw.
Right.
It's not like chess.
Yeah.
Okay, chess is not solved in that sense. You can still get wins, even against a computer. In tic-tac-toe, the computer can play perfectly. That means you cannot beat it.
I have to go soon.
Yes, we all have to go. So yes, so let's wrap up. So next time, is everyone happy to do some of this game type of thing? I will show you how to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, and send me all your questions. Write code, please. Important ideas we covered very quickly today. Okay, so make sure you write code.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
I had a question.
Yes.
That it's related to the question that you had asked earlier about the sorting the numbers. So like, can we make the numbers lists first?
Yes, you can.
I mean, sorry, not lists. I mean strings. But like the answer.
You can make them strings too. The point for you is only numbers are easier to compare.
But like single digit numbers, right?
Any digit numbers. If you don't make them strings, you can compare anything. So now, Suhani, I know you did something very cute and cool, okay? And you were able to compare strings using the first letter of the string. And then you were asking me, how can I sort it if the second letter? Okay?
Yeah, that was hard.
This is a little advanced what I'm going to tell you, but I want to give you a clue. Hopefully that will lead you to the answer. The clue is, when you're comparing strings, in order to do sorting, the clue is in order to do sorting, you should be able to compare things, right? If you cannot compare things, you cannot sort them. Does that make sense?
Kind of. Okay.
No, I'm saying if you can't compare, how will you know? What does order mean? No, it's very deep.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It cannot happen unless there is a comparison.
Okay.
So let the idea digest in your mind a little bit. Okay. So now then we have to come back and ask the question. Therefore, if I have string, what is my comparison operation? When do I say that A is less than B? Right?
If it comes before.
That is the question. I know. Before how though?
if it comes before in the, like for me it was like I made a string letters. So if it comes before in the sequence,
I know. So what I'm saying is, this is the question, right? So if I have A, B, C, right, and A, B, D, right? Then the question is which one comes before, right? And the idea is that you first compare the first letter, they match.
Then the second,
And the second letter, they match. So you have to keep on comparing until you get to a letter which does not match. Then that letter is going to decide who comes first. Okay, and I'm saying what is really cool is if you call this X and you call this Y, Python has already solved this problem. So I want you to go and try. Ask Python, is X greater than Y? Because greater than is comparison, right?
Okay, we can do that. I thought we can only do that with like.
No, I'm saying go try it and see what does Python do. See if Python is doing what you want. Okay. So again, I'm showing all of you how to solve the problem was to recognize that in order to sort words, Suhani needed to understand, or we all need to understand, that actually you have to be able to compare words. And comparing words, we have some idea in our mind. Comparing words means like the dictionary does. It's an alphabetical sorting. So what I just showed you.
I think when you do X, which is greater X times Y, X or Y, I think it'll pop up as an error, or it'll say that they're equal.
Okay, so since you said this, let's try this.
And I'm not. That's just a guess or something.
I know. I'm just saying we can try it, right? In Python, there's no need to guess anything. Okay. Arnav, for you, I ruined my nice, beautiful program here.
How?
So, is X greater than Y?
That's okay. Oh,
I think it's the amount of character. No, I mean the amount of
the end. Like if it's after like the C, it's before, so that's why it's false. Like if it would have been is Y greater than X, then it would have been.
Yeah, or is X less than Y? Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Right? X is less than Y because C is less than D. And A and B don't count because they're equal.
Oh, okay.
So if
this
you
is actually really cool, because if you can do that with integers, then you can do that with strings.
And notice it's clever enough to discard. If you put letters afterwards, it doesn't count, right? So if you make this A, yeah, it'll flip it. So play with this is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
So
yeah, I can try this out.
Huh?
Yeah, I can try this out. I think it might work then.
It might work, but you have to think more. But Suhani, I want to make your life easier. Can you pause that for a second and work on integers, right? Because you can see obviously integers are much easier,
okay.
Right? Just work on sorting integers first. Then I'll show you quickly how you can take that idea and move it here. Okay?
Yeah, then it would be easier to move to strings because it's also, I didn't know you could compare strings like that.
Yes. No, I didn't know either actually. Honestly, I tried only this morning after reading your thing. I mean, I know that we should be I know that we should be able to compare strings, right? So when I looked at your code, I said, what are you trying to do? You need to compare strings. So then immediately my mind says, how will I compare? Compare is greater than, less than, equal to. That's what compare is. So let's see if Python does the correct compare. And I tried it and it does the correct compare. Right? The only point is compare could be something else. You compare the length of strings, for example, right? It does not have to alpha compare. But Python did the correct choice. When they came to comparison, they said many ways to compare, but let me use alphabetical compare, which is nice, right? So now we can use this to sort strings. Okay, so I took care of your question, Suhani. Ria, did you have any more? We talked about encryption, right? I think you wanted to reverse the dictionary or something. Who wanted to reverse the dictionary?
I think it was Nishant or someone.
Okay. So if I took care of all your any more questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So I was not actually able to understand what you were trying to tell me about the game that I was making. You said that you can ask during the class.
Yes. So now you have to tell again. Janvi was trying to make a nice game. I think it was like a fill in the blanks game, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let me tell. So what you need to do, Janvi, first is you have to make So let's call this the secret, whatever. And you make this, first of all, we can ask an interesting question. If you have something like this, okay, and let's say the word is apple, right? So the question is, when the user is trying to guess, what should I do? How should I prompt? What should the user tell? Should the user give me the whole string and put some values in? Suppose he wants to guess, or should the user tell in location 1, I want to put P?
So
Right?
no, basically what I was thinking, like I'm not seriously doing this thing, but for a suggestion for Janvi, one
Yeah.
thing you might want to do, like you should give the ones, if it's like pretend the person thinks it's like a F, but there's no F, you're like oops, the wrong letter. You should say something like, do you want a hint, or do you want to continue guessing? And like if
Uh,
someone asks
uh,
for the
No, that
hint,
part is
then
okay,
like
Arnav. But the question
so
which,
that
yeah,
was on my checklist,
yeah.
but the basic thing is I'm not able to develop. How can the computer check and go through? So
No, I
what
understand.
I did
One
was
second. Okay. That's why I'm going.
Oh,
So
you could use a dictionary for that. Like,
no, wait. Before we go to
you
this,
can use an if.
wait. Pause. Before we solve anything for Janvi, this is what I want to teach all of you. We have to first say
yeah.
what is the question, right? I'm still not
I haven't
solving.
explained the problem yet.
So we have spent a lot of time. Make sure the question is clear. Then everything will be clear. So Janvi, so the point is this. First of all, you have to ask the user to guess something, right? So let us say the user is guessing letter by letter, right? And the user is giving us in the first character, it is P. No, 0 is A and 1 is P. The word is apple, right? So what is it that you need to compare? You have this is the display that the user sees. The answer is apple, right? So the question is, what are you comparing? So what you have to do is basically you have to take secret, you have to replace this with P, and then you have to take these two letters and you have to compare them with that. That's what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, now that you know what you need to do, why can't we do this?
Sorry, I didn't understand what you were trying to say.
Okay, so I'm not giving solution. I'm still telling the problem, but I'm saying once you understand the problem, the solution is obvious. So we ask the user input guess, right? Whatever, input your guess, something, right? Some message. Sorry, some message. And let's say we tell the user, you have to give me first the number and then the character. You have two ways of making this input. So that's why I was trying to say you design your input carefully to make your work easy. One way is you can tell them to give the location and the letter. Another way is you can tell, so this is first way, right? So the user has to enter the location and the letter. If the user enters this, it's very easy because you just go to the answer, right? You just go to the answer and just compare this location, right? You just check in your answer if the first word, first letter is P, then we're done. But the user might say, or you might think that you don't want the user to enter this, you want the user to enter something which looks like this, right? APPLE, hopefully, yeah, right? Now, the point is this, you only need to compare the things which are not dashes, right? So you just cut off the string where it's not dash. We already know how to do this. Or you have to figure out how to do this. If I given a string with dashes, can you remove the dashes from it?
Yeah.
Yeah, now what you're left with is two characters in order. Compare the first two characters with the first two characters of this.
wait, how will you remove the dashes? Like, you can't use
Because-
it in this case.
Okay, so
Because-
who's going to tell us? Maybe I can ask Ria. Ria, if you give, if somebody gives you a string with AP and then 3 dashes, say remove the dashes. How will you remove the dashes? Ria's thinking.
Sorry, I couldn't. You just cut out for a second. So
Okay,
what
okay,
did
no
you-
problem. No, I'm saying if you're given a string AP and 3 dashes like this, and I ask you write a program to remove the dashes and just give AP back, what will you do?
Well, you have to find something that like checks all the characters, and then if it's a dash, then delete it.
That's it. So she told it in words. Now, can we write a program for this or no? Janvi.
Oh, you could use counter
Yeah,
for this
so I was
also.
able to do that.
Okay.
But what I did is, so the pattern of it was not fixed. That first there's a letter, then there's a dash, and then there are two letters, and then again there's a dash. So I was
Okay.
trying to
So
create
now,
something
so
like that.
now it's more interesting. So the user didn't guess AP. The user guessed AP like this, right? And you're asking, how do I know that this is a correct guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have a slightly interesting problem. Let's see what we can say in words. I want to compare this string. Let's write it one below the other with this string and see if it has a chance of being equal, right? This is what we're asking. So how will you do this? You just go to each location. If it's not a dash, if it's a dash, I don't need to compare. If it's not a dash, I need to compare that location with that location. Right?
I didn't understand.
Okay. I'm telling in English, so all of you can try to figure. So goal is to check the user has guessed that the third letter is P and the first letter is A, for example. And we want to see if he's on the right track or he's on the wrong track.
Yeah.
In order to do this, I'm saying
Wait,
you pick.
excuse me.
Hmm.
Sorry for interrupting, but if you say if you think there if he says P, aren't there two P's in this? So like
No,
if
he
he says
doesn't say P. He gives me this whole thing, this with the underscores in it.
oh, okay.
So the idea is you first pick the first letter here, compare it with the first letter here, matched. Second letter is a dash, I don't need to compare, so I skip. Third letter is a P, I compare it with the P here, matched. The rest is all dashes, I skip all of them. So the user guessed good. Suppose the user had put D here. When I do this comparison, it's going to fail. You tell the user you got the wrong letter in location 3. Now my question to you, Janvi, is the first logic clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now how many line of code is this to do?
Mm, I
Ab-
cannot think right now.
I think about like it's 10 to
I don't know.
10 to
No,
12 lines.
it's one line or two lines. If you're a Python Jedi, it's one line. If you're a newcomer to Python, it's two lines.
How exactly?
But this is for next time, okay? Whoever remembers this, and Janvi's got to write the program. But you got to write it, okay? Sit for a minute and try to write it.
Yeah.
Better you try to write it than I tell the answer. But I'll tell the answer over. You submit your project, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, and Suhani is going to work
So
on
what?
sorting. Yes?
But I wanted to explain what I was trying to do.
Sure.
I was so there were blanks, and then I was asking the user to input if I say first blank, and then the user will input. So then first blank, second blank, and third blank.
Yeah,
And
but that
then
seems a little simplify that, no? That's a little
yeah,
tedious. I'm playing this game with you.
yeah,
I don't want to answer 5 questions every time.
yeah,
Right? I want to either tell some probably use this way. The user just gives with the blanks. Like this. The user enters a string like this.
so
The user has to put
could
dash
you
where he doesn't know and put the letter where he wants to guess.
okay, well, yeah, that's a better way. I never
This
thought
is
of the
also
same.
an important
Yeah,
stage, Janvi, which is when you
yeah,
work with users, you have to try to make it easy for them, right? If you have a
yeah,
long word with 10 characters and you say enter the first one, second one, third one, fourth one 10 times, each time I want to guess, I'm going to get tired of this game pretty soon, right? But if you say make a guess and you let them put something like this, then anytime they can guess. And that's what we do normally. If you're playing Hangman or some other game, that's what you're doing, right? You're trying to guess some letter. So you just guess. You see the whole string and you guess the whole string. So yeah, just for the others, Janvi's game is a nice, fun game, right? It's like we had some name for it, but anyway, guess the blank.
I named it Mind Bender.
Mind bender. So go ahead and make mind bender, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, please definitely try. And for Suhani and others who are trying to solve it, Did you get the clue from the visual I showed you how to sort the list or no?
Yeah,
What
I
was the
did
clue?
get it.
What was the clue?
That we're just taking the like for the numbers, we're just taking the biggest number and then putting it at the end, and then we're going to compare the second biggest number with all the other numbers.
Kind of. Okay, it's not exactly the
Yeah,
same.
I know it's but
I'll
I
give you.
did get the gist.
I'll give you one last view of this before we close. Okay, see if it gives you a clue. It didn't put the biggest number at the end, just like that.
It is comparing one by one, first to the second, then second to the third, and likewise it is making adjustments.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I think that is the best way to sort things. I think I remember I was watching a video in which there was a puzzle that there's quite a big library in which you have to arrange all the books that are there in the alphabetical order.
Yes.
So the solution was not simple, that randomly was the worst thing to do, that compare the first, because it's almost it's quite tedious and
Yeah,
lot of work to do.
we're going to solve it actually, and actually Suhani already tried to solve it because I asked to sort the books in the strings problem. I asked to sort it. By the way, Suhani, there is a method. If you take any list and if you say L dot sort, okay, it will just sort it. It will take care of your problem for you. I don't know if Suhani.
Okay, if the list.
Yeah, but that's kind of lame. Okay, what you did is much better anyway. No, I mean initially this is important for all of us. Initially we should understand how it works.
Yeah.
Then we should find a way that it's already in Python. We just
wait, in L dot sort, L is the list, right?
L is the list.
Okay.
So here I can show you. Here's this is the problem we are trying to do, right? Here's an unsorted list. So let's take this and put it somewhere. And then I guess I have to comment out everything again. So I'm saying that there's some function you can use to sort this. You can say print L dot sort or whatever. Print, you should print L, we can say. And then you say L dot sort. And say print L again. And you see it got sorted here. So Suhani, you can try this with your strings. You can try this with your strings also. It will just work, okay? But okay, that's not cool. The question is, how did it do it? Right? That's what we're trying to understand. How do you get
that is what we are trying to learn through coding.
Yes.
We have this in the world, we have solution for everything, but then what is the purpose for us learning to code? To try to solve out the problem ourselves and then build something new. Which is our own idea.
Correct. So in the process of solving these problems, you will learn all kinds of new things. Yeah. Okay, so with that done, now you guys have two interesting problems to work on: sorting, and once you sort a list, if I give you an element, you should find it quickly, which location it is, right? Next time we'll do this, and then we'll go and I want to show you all this.
The tic-tac-toes and
tic-tac-toes and all this nice thing.
The guess cap.
Actually, I think I did something which was also kind of related to tic-tac-toe. Let me see if I have it somewhere here. Yeah, maybe this one. Look at this. It's connected to this problem. You see, I have a spaceship here. I replace the turtle with a spaceship, and then I put some stars in the background. And now I can use the mouse to turn it. No, the keyboard to turn it. Then I can go backwards and forwards. Right?
Wow.
So we can navigate, right? You can make all kinds of things. So I can put some asteroids and you can go and shoot it down or whatever. You can do all this.
Wait, is there like some function which says that this key will be forward 50 or something like that?
Oh, we have to write all that.
Okay, I thought like it was an inbuilt function.
Kind of, yeah. So there's an important idea here. Once you get this idea, you can use this to make art and all kinds of things, right? Because wherever this rocket is going, I can draw a shape. So
Arnav is amazed.
Huh?
Arnav is amazed.
Yes. So I'll show you this soon. That can be fun, okay? I wanted to do this. I never did it. Yesterday I sat down and did it. Yesterday I sat down and wrote two nice programs. I wrote this and then I wrote this sorting.
It's like so funny that it only takes you like 10 minutes, but like for me, it like I might not even be able to write it if it takes me like a whole week.
The
Maybe
thing
get
is,
close to it.
I want to teach all of you. I don't want to make you feel bad that it takes you time. The thing is, whenever I do something nice like this, it's because in my mind I have a clear idea what I need to do. As soon as the idea is clear, the code is easy. When the idea is not clear, this looks like a mountain. What is some keyboard is getting clicked and some rocket ship is moving? How will I make it happen, right? It has no clue what to do, right? But once the idea is clear in my mind, it's done. Okay?
Yeah, like the tip that you gave to write it first in English, that's really helpful. That then you have a clear vision and then you can just write it in the code.
So once we get
But
it,
sometimes it's difficult because you don't know the exact code for it.
that's okay.
But most of the
You're
time
all
it
you're
works
all
out.
doing so well, and you're just in a learning
Yeah.
stage, right?
The reason I think it is easier for an instructor to do and it's difficult for us as students because the most importantly we approach our problem in a different way and we do not try to analyze what we are actually thinking,
so that is
and that
important.
is the biggest skill which is quite important to learn.
Correct. And I'm showing you today, right? Remember, before I gave you a solution, Janvi, I made sure that you spell the problem
Yeah.
correctly. Right?
Yeah.
And in the process, see, I changed the user input, I changed various things so that when I came to solve my problem, it was easy. Right? So that we have to do. So, and just enjoy that process. Okay,
Yeah.
it's very frustrating. I can tell you there are some difficult problems. I think about it for days. Sometimes I don't even write any code because I'm like, I don't see it clearly. Once I see it clearly, boom, it's beautiful time, right? You sit down and say, let me try it, and before you know it, it's done. So I hope all of you discover that pleasure. Some of you already have. Keep working on it, okay? And I'll let you go. And those who have the rest of the day to enjoy, and otherwise have a nice week. And don't wait for Friday and Saturday to write your code, okay? No, it's okay. I don't mind. But the point is, sometimes I don't have enough time to read it before the class if I want to.
Yeah.
So I was just like this morning I was rushing to read it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's probably my code that you're rushing to read.
well, there's many people who do this. So don't be driven by the
And the
deadline.
problem with me is that first of all, I sometimes the case is that I complete the code, but then I don't know what to write in the comments, and I take my comments seriously. So I think what to write before writing it. So
No,
that is why sometimes it is late as well.
But for like me, it's sometimes that I can't solve something. Then I'm like, maybe I'll just wait till the end, and I might be able to figure it out.
That
And
is
then,
me.
don't
Yeah.
wait till the end. Push yourself to say, I'm going to try
Yeah.
to say something. Either I'm going to say it in code or I'm going to say in words, right? I'm going to.
Yeah, like then, like that's why I sometimes submit late. So
No, all of you will develop your own styles. But my point is, yes, make sure that you the most important thing is think clearly about the problem. And as you get clear, then you can solve it. And I'm saying if you think clearly, then you can
So
quickly
we have stopped that.
you can quickly write it in English and send it to me. Okay. Okay. With that said, go have fun. We'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.
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 okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.